Welcome to Qualified Immunity, a podcast basically where we just gripe about the system a lot. There's no fancy intro.
I like this new intro. I like that.
Welcome to the podcast where we scream and gripe and whine about politics, and hopefully people listen. Politics, social issues.
Are we the Karens?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're like
Are
the
we
Jeffersons.
We're like what?
The Jeffersons.
Like the TV show?
No, not the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Like
Thomas Jefferson.
Like Thomas Jefferson.
I think we should rename the podcast Jefferson and Payne.
Who's who?
Good question.
I mean, according to my test, I'm Adams.
Which is disappointing.
I know, because I'm not a Federalist.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Not even close.
If anyone between the two of us is Jefferson, it's me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can wholeheartedly see that.
I'm a lot weirder than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I'm normal.
Anyway.
Are
we going to start over on this introduction? Or just...
No, we're just going to keep going with it.
Okay.
Welcome to Qualified Immunity. My name is Greg Engel. I am your hostess with the mostess. My co-host, his name is Lucas Cohen. He's currently a third-year law student at a very prestigious university, and one day soon will be an admitted member of the bar. Probably both kinds of bars if he's a lawyer that long.
There's a joke about that, actually.
I wholeheartedly believe that. That's why they call it a bar.
Once you pass the bar, you never pass another one.
Oh, the sad part is that's very, very true.
It is.
Today, we're going to keep going on our mini-series on the candidates running for President of the United States in 2020. And today, we're going to do Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., otherwise known as Uncle Joe.
Don't know.
Hey, people call him Uncle Joe. What do you want me to say?
People called Joe Stalin that.
True, they did.
Also, that's like creepy uncle stuff.
He is the creepy uncle.
I also love the fact that his middle name is Robinette. Like, I've never heard
He's
that middle
old.
name before. Robinette? Is that an age thing?
That back in the day, that was
What day?
an asexual name. Like Ashley.
I guess 1942.
Yeah, he's born 42. Yeah, that was like Ashley back in the day. That was total that was non-gendered before non-gendered was a thing.
True.
Joseph Robinette Jr. In case you don't know, Joe Biden's running for president of the United States. He doesn't know he's running for president of the United States, but Joe Biden's running for president of the United States.
We're literally talking about World War II technology here.
Oh, yeah. Like, okay, I don't need to go through this man's intro because if you're listening to this, you know who Joe Biden is. Like you know Joe Biden is the presumptive Democratic nominee for president of the United States. Presumptive. We still could have a brokered convention and Bernie Sanders could ride in on a white horse and save the day. Nobody knows.
Oh,
it would be so awesome.
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Why?
Ironically, if Bernie Sanders got the nomination, that would cut into Joe Jorgensen's
winners. Yeah,
which is completely ironic, but it would.
Dude, there was a story that came out today about, and I don't remember how it got said, but there was a story that came out today that I read between car deals that was like, they said it's like trying to eat a pile of crap. It was a Bernie supporter. Like they made the reference of it's like eating a pile of crap to vote for Biden, which I understand. I understand their English. I really, really do.
Was it the one that whether it's dog crap or cat crap?
It's still crap. Yeah, it was that.
So don't vote for any of the two parties.
Well, the problem is, and we said this, in the last episode of going, Trump is such a populist.
Yeah.
Trump is such a populist, and I really, really have to question: does the DNC actually want to win? Because Biden's a nightmare, man. Biden's a nightmare on
He
a
is.
good day.
He is, and that is, I think that's a valid question because one of the best things that ever happened to Democrat fundraising is Donald Trump.
Is Donald Trump. One of the best things that ever happened to Republican fundraising was Barack Obama.
Yeah,
It's easy. It's easiest to fundraise when you're not the party in power. 100%. It is easier to fundraise when you're not the party in power.
yeah. So the question is, are they just trying to cut their losses on this one and make as much money as possible?
But did they John McCain him?
What do you mean?
I mean, everybody and their dog knew that John McCain had no shot,
Yeah,
not a snowball's chance in hell of beating Barack Obama in 2008.
yeah,
Even with Palin.
Yeah.
Now, later, it turns out Palin didn't help that at all. But, I mean, because she was like, what, could see Russia from her back door?
that is not what she said. She said you can see parts of Russia from parts of Alaska, which is true. It's very true.
It came out as Palin said she could see Russia from her back porch. I'm just saying.
Who knew that SNL could control that election?
Oh, they totally did.
Because that's where that came from. SNL was making fun of her, saying she could see from her
Really?
back porch,
I didn't know that.
and everybody heard that and ran with that as the original quote.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
I
not-
didn't. I had no idea that was it.
Yeah.
I just knew. I know. I've never seen an episode of SNL, so
Well, the new stuff isn't really worth watching.
like all I know was that Tina Fey was Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't know. Joe Biden was raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Newcastle County, Delaware. He studied at the University of Delaware before receiving his law degree from Syracuse University. Hey, guess what? You and Joe Biden are about to have something in common. You're both going to be lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a theory that lawyers make the worst politicians, which is contrary to what every lawyer says.
I can see that.
I mean, lawyers are convinced you have to be a lawyer to know the law, so you can write law. I think that's completely the opposite of what's true.
Yeah, but most lawyers don't know law. They know the process of it.
True.
It's like saying cops know the law. Just saying. Intoxicated.
I sometimes think that you might actually know. You probably do know more about criminal law than I do.
I think I do.
You might.
I know. I wholeheartedly know about the application of criminal law.
Yeah.
Like you can read a statute all day long and be like, well, that's not what that actually means in application.
See, like sometimes I read statutes and I'll give them to another lawyer and I'll say, "This is what this says," right? And they're like, "No, that's not what that means." And I'm like, "Well, then,
Yeah.
why didn't they just put that in there?"
Because if it was simple, everybody would understand it, and they wouldn't have a need for law schools or lawyers or counsel, because the law is jaded against poverty.
So money trail that we're probably not going to take.
Oh Lord, here we go.
People always talk about educators can't be politicians because it's a conflict of interest.
I don't think lawyers can either.
I don't think they should. I think it's a bigger conflict of interest than teachers,
I agree.
because lawyers are incentivized to make law
More law.
harder.
Oh, I agree. Because it becomes a conflict of interest. Because if you're a lawyer,
Yeah.
and you're in office, you write an illegal doctrine,
Yeah.
or
And you can practice law while being a politician, which I think is horribly wrong. I think you should have to give up one or the other.
well, I always said this too. When I ran for state house and state senate, or state senate then state house. What?
I was just thinking, you should have to give up one or the other. Some politicians have, but they were forced to
True.
get disbarred.
I jokingly made the comment of going, I don't know if I'd be the first, but I'd be one of the first people making laws that I would have to literally go out and enforce.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
because when I was running for state, I think I said it when I was running for state senate. It was one of those. Excuse me. If I was to pass vote on a legislation
Mm,
that became law in May, because in Oklahoma we only have 5 months of session and they make $50K a year now.
well, most of them take effect in November.
That's what I was saying. I could literally vote on something
Oh, I see. Yeah.
in May
Yeah.
that would take effect in November. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was one of those. It was because there was a part of me at one point that was like, and I don't know if I necessarily believe this anymore, but there was a part of me at one point that was any town over 500 should have to have a cop.
Mm,
There was a reason behind it though.
why?
Local. That was the whole catch behind it. Is I was sitting there going, you get in like, I mean, do you live in a remote county in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Do you know all your deputies?
I knew probably the majority of them at one point.
Right. But I mean, like right now.
No, because
yeah, there's such a high turnover.
It's not that. It's just that I travel a lot. I don't keep up with it.
Okay, travel. Bougie.
You're invited to come with me to South America sometime.
Oh, that's an awful idea.
Actually, for you, yeah, it would be.
Lucas.
I'm also assuming that COVID is at some point going to allow travel again.
Oh, I don't think it is. I think we're stuck with it. Hey, some people can leave the state, though. It's Biden was elected to the U.S. Senate from Delaware in 1972, becoming the sixth youngest senator in American history. Biden was a longtime member and eventually chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He opposed the Gulf War in 1991, but advocated for U.S. NATO intervention in the Bosnian War in 1994-1995, expanding NATO in the 1990s, and the 1999 bombing of Serbia during the Kosovo War. He supported the resolution authorizing the Iraqi War in 2002, but opposed the surge of U.S. troops in 2011. He also served as the Senate Judiciary Committee from 1987 to 1995, dealing with issues related to drug policy, crime prevention, and civil liberties.
So you've laid a lot of ground.
Ready? Watch this. Ready? And go.
Pick a card, any card. Which avenue do you want to take on this? The fact that he's been there since 1972.
Civil liberties.
Civil liberties.
The man that
is incredibly pro-war stance.
Oh yeah, he's a hawk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was horribly hawk.
Like there's so much to talk about there. He's been there since 1972.
Yeah.
That is
almost
50 years.
He has been he's not elected right now. Technically. He hadn't been elected since 16.
Technically, no.
So 72 to 16.
But you can't tell me he doesn't still influence policy.
Well, yeah.
The man has been in Washington in some form or fashion since 1972. That's almost 50 years.
But he's fresh.
Why is he running for president?
Because he's finally old enough that he can get elected.
Oh, okay, do you want to run down that avenue too?
He's old enough that he can get elected, one, and two, he's senile enough that somebody will let him get elected.
Gosh.
Biden led the efforts.
I wasn't finished.
Hold it all in, Jamie. He also served as the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee from 87 to 95. Oh, I read that already. Crime prevention and civil liberties. Biden...
I hate this so much.
Biden led the efforts to pass the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act and the Violence Against Women Act, and oversaw the contentious U.S. Supreme Court nominations of Robert Bork and Clarence Thomas.
By the way, he roasted Clarence Thomas.
Yes, he did. He did. Go watch the video. If you have not seen the video of Biden roasting Clarence Thomas.
I wonder why.
Because he's a racist dick.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
Biden was reelected 6 times to the United States Senate and was the 4th most senior senator when he resigned after winning the vice presidency alongside Barack Obama in 2008.
Okay.
Obama and Biden were reelected in 2012.
You gotta stop and let me talk about this.
It's more fun watching you like, I'm a little teapot short and...
My eyes are gonna roll out of their head.
It's get better. Ready? Are you ready? As vice president, Biden oversaw infrastructure spending in 2009 to counteract the Great Recession. His negotiations with congressional Republicans helped the Obama administration pass legislation, including the 2010 Tax Relief Act, which resolved a taxation deadlock, the Budget Control Act of 2011, which resolved a debt crisis ceiling, the American Taxpayer Relief Act of 2012, which addressed the impending fiscal cliff. In foreign policy, Biden, I'm not even looking at you right now. I know the look on your face. In foreign policy, Biden led the efforts to pass the United States-Russia New START Treaty, supported military intervention in Libya, and helped formulate U.S. policy toward Iraq through the withdrawal of U.S. troops in 2011. Following the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, Biden led the gun violence task force created to address the causes of gun violence in the United States.
I didn't even hear like half of what you said. I'm already so mad.
It's the next president of the United States. Why are you mad?
Okay, so he was the sixth youngest sixth youngest senator when he was elected.
Yeah.
He was the fourth
Most powerful when he left.
fourth most senior when he
Okay,
left.
most senior.
Yeah.
He was the fourth most powerful.
Fourth most senior senator when he left. He's been in Washington for about somewhere around 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's running to be the oldest first-term elected president.
Yes.
Like the man.
And he has spent more taxpayer money than Trump has lost of his own money. Guaranteed it. Like 2010 Tax Relief Act, 2011 Budget Control Act, 2012 American Taxpayer Relief Act, and two of these are like debt ceiling crisis, and which address the impending fiscal cliff. That means you were out of money. This man has accumulated more national debt than maybe anybody in history.
Even just by the numbers, without even throwing out any of the social issues, any of the fact that he's, borderline senile.
Oh, I don't think it's borderline.
I'm trying to be generous. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Like, he is a terrible candidate for president.
In October 2015, Biden announced that he would not seek the presidency in 2016 election. In January 2017, Obama awarded Biden with the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction. Biden announced his 2020 candidacy for president on April 25th, 2019, and in June 2020, he met the 1,991 delegate threshold needed to secure the party's nomination.
I'm so done with this episode.
You can't be done. You've got 45 more minutes.
We're not even 15 minutes in.
No. You're at 7. Okay, you're at 17 right now.
Gosh. Gun safety?
Gun safety.
Civil liberties?
Civil liberties. And you asked me this before we went on air. This isn't his first time running for president.
No.
Just like it wasn't Donald Trump's first time.
It's kind of funny because this is Donald Trump's third time. And I think this is also his third time, isn't it?
I want to say so because 88 and 08, 2020.
Yeah.
The 1988 presidential campaign.
Oh, there's a whole section on that?
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Biden ran for the 1998 president. Oh, my God. I'm about to get angry. Biden ran for the
You're not even there yet?
Oh, no.
What?
I don't get angry. I get even.
That is one of the rules my dad taught me. Don't get mad.
Don't get angry. Kind of like I don't lose. I win or I learn.
Oh, that's fair.
Biden ran for the 1988 presidential nomination, Democratic presidential nomination, formally declaring his candidacy at Wilmington train station on June 9th, 1987. He was attempting to become the youngest president since John F. Kennedy.
Mad? You mad, bro?
You know why I'm mad, too.
Yeah. Democrats are once again trying to usurp John F. Kennedy's
Which
place.
you're never going to do. John F. Kennedy was the fourth part of the Trinity.
I love that later in this section it talks about his appeal to baby boomers.
When the campaign began, he was considered a potential strong candidate because of his moderate image, his speaking ability on the stump, his appeal to baby boomers, his high-profile position as the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee at the upcoming Robert Bork Supreme Court nomination hearings, and his fundraising appeal. He raised $1.7 million in the first quarter of 1987, more than any other candidate.
Which is a lot of money in 1987.
Yeah, that was adjusted for inflation. That was like $10 million.
His speaking ability on the stump.
Dude, have you ever watched some of the old videos of him?
Yeah.
He was charismatic as hell.
My point is how the mighty have fallen. Oh my gosh.
Like now he doesn't know if he's in Kansas or Connecticut.
What year is this?
Yeah. By August 1987, Biden's campaign, whose messaging was confused due to staff rivalries, had begun to lag behind those of Michael Dukakis and Dick Gephardt. Though he had still raised more funds than any candidate but Dukakis, he was seeing an upturn in Iowa polls. In September 1987, the campaign ran into trouble when he was accused of plagiarizing a speech that had been made earlier that year by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
People care about that?
Dude, and if you see a picture of him from '88, like his logo, like his appeal makes sense.
In 1987.
In '87,
Or
yeah.
88, 87, 88.
Oh, I mean, it was the '88 election.
Yeah, but it's not 1988 anymore. It's not 1988 anymore. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
It's not 1988.
No, it's
anymore.
1984. You get it. You get it.
Yeah.
Biden had, in fact, cited Kennecott as a source of formulation on the previous occasions, but he named no reference to the original source, the August 23rd Democratic debate at the Iowa State Fair, being reported on, or in an August 26th interview with the National Education Association.
Can we also talk about how Biden is plagiarizing Labor Party?
Oh, Biden
speeches?
plagiarizes ever. Like, if the UK Labor Party does it, Biden just plagiarizes it.
Yeah, but it's Labor Party. I mean,
who was in power until what, 2 years ago?
The Democrats pretend to be Labor, but come on, give me a break.
The Labor Party pretends to be Labor. They're not actually Labor.
Okay. Never mind. That's
Come
actually
on. Like, you think the Labor Party in the UK? The Labor Party in the UK is more phony than the Democrats are here. I mean, and they're basically like, what else do you have to fight for? You're literally a socialist economy.
We're gonna
fight for the workers.
We're gonna keep doing what
Okay.
we've been doing.
Don't know.
I want to see a campaign that is all about maintain the status quo.
It's just
At
like,
least that would be honest.
I will watch international politics, but I care about like UK politics as much as I care about Canadian politics, as much as I care about European Union politics, which turns back to I don't fuck.
I think I actually care more about UK British politics than I do about American politics. Although both of them I just watch because they're entertaining.
I was like, why?
They're entertaining.
Like, UK politics is so ridiculous. Like, we whooped your ass 200 years ago, and you're still asking us for help.
Have you ever watched a session of Parliament?
Yes, but only because of one person.
No. Which person?
I have a favorite.
Yeah, I want to know who it is.
I'm not going to tell you. If you don't know who it is,
He or she?
he.
He.
It's the only UK politician I follow on Twitter.
Okay.
That may have led the most surprising vote in British history.
Okay.
Brexit.
See, you and I have talked about Brexit. I didn't know that you were a fan. Because,
Nigel?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a massive fan.
Really?
Huge fan.
Where was that in our conversation earlier?
I'm a huge
Because
Nigel fan.
I'm a huge fan too.
like massive fan.
Obviously, you've watched his clips from when they left the EU.
Yeah, so waving the
yeah.
flags.
The guy is so savage. Like,
He is
horribly savage.
So
I love
I didn't
it.
plagiarize him. First off, did not plagiarize him. But I'm going to sound like Biden did here. So one of the most powerful speeches and one of the most bomb speeches I gave in 18 running for state house
Okay.
was a Nigel. It wasn't exactly a Nigel speech because I made it Americanized. Like, I didn't copy it word for word, but I was like, that voice path and that thought path and the way he did that was amazing.
Biden's not the only one plagiarizing, apparently.
Engel for president in 2032. You're an ass.
I thought we had established that.
True, I'm the nice guy. You
Okay.
Moreover, while political speech is often appropriate ideas and language from each other,
Okay.
Biden I didn't even do that on purpose. Biden's use came under more scrutiny because he changed aspect of his own family background to match Kinnock's. Biden found soon that he had lifted passages from a 1967 speech by Robert F. Kennedy.
The Democrats have been riding Kennedy's coattails.
Yes.
Ever since he was assassinated.
And a short phrase in the 1961 inaugural address of John F. Kennedy. Like, the man literally can write his own speeches when he had his wits about him. Now we can't figure out if he's in Kansas or Canada.
He's probably still using the same speeches because that's all he can remember.
And actually, this makes a lot of sense now.
What?
Huh.
What?
In 1988, Biden suffered 2 brain aneurysms.
Huh.
One on the right side and one on the left. Each required surgery with high risk of long-term impact on brain functionality. In February of 1988, after suffering from several episodes of increasingly severe neck pain, Biden was taken by long-distance ambulance to Walter Reed Army Medical Center and given life-saving surgery to correct an intracranial berry aneurysm that had begun leaking. While recuperating, he has suffered a pulmonary embolism, a major complication. Another operation to repair a second aneurysm, which had caused no symptoms but was at risk of bursting, was performed in May of 1988. The hospitalization and recovery kept Biden from his duties in the Senate for 7 months. That's wow. In retrospect, Biden's family came to believe the early end of his presidential campaign had been a blessing in disguise. For he still had been campaigning in 1988, he might have not stopped to seek medical attention, and the condition might have become unsurvivable. In 2013, Biden said, "They take a saw, they cut your head off, and they literally have to take the top half of my head off." He was told he would also have less than a 50% chance of full recovery. Well, I can say they were probably right.
I almost feel bad now. Almost.
That actually makes a lot of sense, though. If you think about it, that makes a lot of sense.
That damage is going to get progressively worse after, 40 years? 30 years?
30 years? Because that was 88, and I was born in 90. Make an old joke.
Biden has been in office longer than you have been alive.
Biden has been in office almost double what I've been alive. Biden has been in office since my biological mother was 3.
See, I did make an old joke. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I do almost feel bad, but the man should not be running for president.
No, but
at a certain point, you just have to admit you're not qualified.
Well, does he know any better, though?
Oh, no, he doesn't. But everybody else does, or should.
Like, does he, like, I don't honestly remember him running in 08. Like,
you don't remember him running?
No.
In 2008?
No, I don't. And I followed that primary because Hillary ran in 08.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is be aware you had some really heavy hitters in 2008. I mean, Hillary Clinton,
Chris Dodd, because they shared a plane.
Okay.
Like Chris Dodd. Biden in 08 had difficulty raising funds, struggled to draw people to his rallies, and failed to gain traction against the high-profile candidacies of Obama and Senator Hillary Clinton. In the first contest on January 3rd, 2008, Biden placed 5th in the Iowa caucuses, gathering slightly less than 1% of state delegates.
This all makes me wonder, seriously, why was he picked as vice president? Why was he picked as running mate?
I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't make much sense. You pick a guy who's not popular.
I don't know. I mean, I can try and think of like.
Unless you're trying to pull in the old white guys for the vote.
That's all I was about to say. It had to be like, hey, we need to get, the Jimmy Carters of the party to vote for Barack Obama. So we're going to pull in Joe Biden, who was super popular when? 1988.
Okay.
Which 20 years later, those 40-year-olds are 60-year-olds. And he had appealed to baby boomers.
But still, if he's so unpopular.
I don't know, but it worked.
I guess you can't pick Hillary because then you have 2 minorities running for president and vice president, which the Democrats aren't going to do that. I take that back. The Democrats might do that, and I'm not saying anything about my personal opinion. I'm just saying that's not a race that wins.
I think it could.
You think so?
Yeah. There's a certain combination that it would.
I don't know.
I actually think there's a ticket where 2 females could win.
I don't think so.
I do.
And again, not my personal opinion.
Because the overpopularity of one of them, yeah.
Who?
Michelle.
And?
Gabby.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you, Michelle and Gabby, it's like I said to begin with.
I know you have a thing for Gabby, but
oh, I have a huge thing for Gabby. that sounds so awful.
I don't think she's as popular as you want her to be.
I don't think she's as popular as. I also don't think she's got that free media attention since she resigned from the DNC in 06 or 16. Because she was vice chair of the DNC and resigned to endorse Bernie.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Which did what? Went against the loyalty of the Democratic Party. I just saying the Clintons are the world. They're the living dynasty.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that Bernie's still in the bad.
Okay,
in the doghouse.
So here's your chance. What do you think of Biden's political record over the years?
Biden's political record over the years. Well, it depends a little bit on what exactly you're referring to. I mean, he's always made it clear that he's a racist. I mean, not upfront about it, but it's obvious. And what do I think about his political record?
Yeah, like okay.
What do you mean exactly? I mean, the whole roasting of Clarence Thomas.
That was one thing, though. Like that's expected because the Democrats did it to Kavanaugh. Yeah,
it's expected, but there were aspects of that were kind of racially charged a little bit. But what do you mean by his political record? What exactly do you mean?
Do you think Joe Biden is a bona fide racist or just stupid?
Both.
God bless. That's the problem. I don't think.
I think he's a lot more racist than Trump is, or at least a lot more open about it than Trump is. Or maybe.
Which is crazy because he's from he's from up north.
Yeah.
I know, I get it, but you say racist Democrat, you know who I think of?
I mean, I can think of a lot of people. Who specifically do you think of?
If you say, who is the most racist Democrat in history?
Who's the most racist Democrat in history?
LBJ.
Yeah.
LBJ.
Although, now that I think about it, LBJ and Biden have a lot in common.
They really do.
I had not thought about that. I'm glad you said that.
I think that's why I can't stand Biden so much. As you know,
I know you hate LBJ.
I loathe LBJ.
I had never thought about that before. They are so similar to each
They
other.
are.
Holy cow.
And as bad as this is going to sound, Trump is super similar to Eisenhower. It's 59 repeated. There's just no Kennedy. Because I want to say LBJ didn't LBJ run in 60?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure he ran. Maybe he didn't.
What year did Nixon run against Kennedy?
60.
Was that 60?
Yeah.
You think Johnson ran in the primary against Kennedy?
I want to say Johnson ran the primary against Kennedy, and then Kennedy ended up picking Johnson as his running mate to carry the South because he was a Catholic from Massachusetts.
I don't know.
Yeah, now you're going to look it up. Because I know that was the one where Nixon, that was one of the closest presidential races in history. 1960.
Yeah.
That one I know for a fact. Because who have I done more research on than anybody else in history?
I guess that's possible. Let's see.
I can tell you why. I can easily tell you why Obama picked Biden. Blue collar. Biden comes off as blue collar.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Rust Belt states.
He plays that role fairly well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
he's not a Harvard boy.
Right.
He's not Yale. He's not super white collar.
He comes off as old down home
Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
He comes off as Uncle Joe.
Yeah. Yep. 1960. LBJ ran in 1960.
I was like, LBJ ran in the primary and lost to Kennedy.
Yeah. And then was elected as vice president.
Yeah. And then that was the year that it was Nixon said the election was fixed.
Yeah.
Because that was literally there was a massive knockout, drag out argument whether the Kennedys cheated in that election. Don't you say it.
Welcome to 2020.
Don't you say it.
I'm not Barbara Walters, but this is 2020.
While attending the launch of Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement on March 30th, 2017, a student asked Biden what piece of advice he would give to Trump. Biden responded that Trump should grow up and cease his tweeting so he could focus on the office. During a speech at May 29th gathering of Phil Murphy supporters at a community-centered gymnasium, Biden said there are a lot of people out there who are frightened. Trump plays on their fear. What we haven't done, in my view, and this is criticism of all of us, we haven't spoken enough to the fears and aspirations of the people we come from. Oh my God, that made no sense at all.
Welcome to Biden 2020.
Welcome to Biden 2020.
For as long as I can remember, I mean, obviously in '88 he wasn't like this.
No.
As long as I have been around, as long as I can remember, as long as I've watched him, Biden has always been like this. He's always just made statements that make absolutely no sense. Like occasionally they'll make grammatical sense and you look at it and you think that's not true. Like none of that is true.
I don't understand.
I don't how he's
Like
running
I
for
feel
president.
no, how in the hell is there not a cognitive test to run for president of the United States?
What is
I
it?
knew I should never have said that. I know what you're about to say.
Is it man, woman, person, camera, TV?
Something like that.
I don't know. I haven't.
Like, I'm serious. At what point do we say, and I understand the whole, like, there's more people out there advocating that older people should have to retake driving tests to prove they can still drive than there is people advocating for the fact the president of the United States needs at least a cognitive exam.
Why not both?
Or if I told you, I'm in favor of an age limit for president.
Yeah, I think I would be too.
If you can draw Social Security, you can't be a president.
Although, if you want to save money, you want older presidents. If you want to save,
Okay, here
$200
becomes the
a
real
year.
question. Are you going to watch the debate if they have them?
I might, just for the sake of entertainment.
I'm not sure. Like, we would have to have a drinking game during that debate.
Now, if JoJo gets in, definitely.
Oh my God, dude.
Because that will be...
If JoJo gets in, I'm going to be like running around like a chicken with the head cut off.
That will become a battle of wits, and two people are going to be completely unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, JoJo will intellectually massacre those people on stage.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That's why they won't let her in.
How many people running for president have a PhD this year? Because I think Jo Jorgensen, she has a PhD, doesn't she?
I think so.
I think she does.
I'm pretty sure. If she does, that's it. I'm going back to candidates because Cruz doesn't. Rand Paul didn't.
Bachelor's in psychology. Masters of administration.
Okay, but there's also this argument here. Do older people have more experience?
More experience in what?
Just in life in general.
She does have a PhD. Industrial and organizational psychology.
Good Lord.
That's incredibly specific.
Yeah.
I guess it's a PhD, so it's supposed to be.
But still. I told you, if I ever go back to school, I'm going back for psychology. I will go get my PhD in psych.
Okay.
I'm not spending the 8 years to do it, or the probably $300,000 it would take.
She might be the only person running.
How many people have ever ran that had a PhD?
Not very many. I bet Ross Perot probably had one. Did he? Did he have an MBA?
I think he just had an MBA. I don't think Ross Perot actually had a PhD.
I am Googling so much tonight. Why don't you pick up some of this?
Sorry.
Ross Perot.
Dude, if I do anything with my computer right now, it's so old it can run one program and one program only.
That's fair. Ross Perot.
I was like, I don't think it, because most of the lawyers are doctors.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he was just a businessman. Did he even have an MBA?
Let's see, education. Commodity broker. Texas High School.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Good Lord, are you buffering? Like personally buffering?
Okay, junior college. Naval Academy.
Ross Perot.
Yeah, I didn't know he went to the Naval Academy.
Me either. No NBA.
Perot claimed his for the Naval Academy. Perot claimed his appointment notice to the academy sent by telegram from Pappy O'Daniel.
Did you just say by telegram?
Yes.
Ross Perot's dead, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, I was like, he has to be because he was old when he ran in '92.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Texarkana College, United States Naval Academy. He has a BS.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bachelor's.
So he doesn't. I was like, I don't think Ross Perot had an MBA.
Oh, he died July 9th, 2019.
Yeah, I was like, I swear he
Was it a
just
year
died.
ago? Man,
Like Ross Perot just died.
he was only 89.
Hell, he was almost old enough to be president.
I know. He should have just waited a couple years to run this.
I shouldn't be laughing about that, but like you were. How old's Biden? 82.
Let's see, 1942. Oh my gosh.
88. No, 88. No,
78.
78.
Is it 78? How old is Trump?
77.
No, Trump was born in 46. They can't be 1 year apart and be.
I swear Trump is 77.
We need to get somebody on here that can do math. Because it ain't me.
I mean, I'm the math person. I just. So he's 74. You're right. He was born in 46.
So Trump is 74.
Biden's 78.
Okay.
Two people in their mid 70s are who gets to decide. Okay, you have old and crazy and old. That's your choices to get to who gets the access to nuclear weapons.
And then there's JoJo, who is a woman that everyone should vote for. We'll talk about that on the JoJo episode.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
keep going.
No, we'll talk about it.
Oh, here we're gonna do an intro to our next episode. It's about George Jorgensen, the Libertarian candidate for president.
It's gonna be lit. You should show up.
Featuring Luke Doan.
Featuring me?
No, not you. I'm having a guest on.
Oh.
I'm not actually going to let you do the JoJo episode.
Oh, please. Please.
I'm letting your cousin do it. What? I'm kidding. I'm not.
I know. I know you're really going to let me do the JoJo episode.
I really kind of don't want to let you do the JoJo episode now. I'm going to get your cousin Luke to do it. So he's got a cousin named Luke, and it's really awkward because you walk in the room and half the time it's like, Lucas, and his cousin will go turn around and half look at you like, Nyeh. What?
Biden. Okay, we're so far off topic. We're on Ross Perot. We're supposed to be on Biden. This is 2020, not 19.
All right, ready?
Something. Ready.
Here's an intro to our episode that will air the day after this one drops. Give people 5 reasons to vote for George Jorgensen in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less?
Yeah.
She has a PhD. She's a woman. She's a libertarian. She's not old. She's not crazy.
I care about 2 of those. The rest of that's bullshit. And
Which do you care about?
She's not old and not crazy.
She's a woman.
I don't care.
She's the first woman president if she gets elected.
I mean, yeah, it's historically like it'd be cool.
Okay, so she's not old. She's not crazy. She's not racist.
You're not going to get me to vote for somebody because they're a woman.
She's not old. She's not crazy. She's not a racist. She's not a rapist.
That's the other thing. Okay, we're going to dive down this rabbit hole real quick.
Here we go.
Can we just admit that both people likely to be president of the United States are at least pedophile-ish? Like, they're creepy.
There are at least sexual assault allegations on both. I will at least go that far. Are they both pedophiles? I don't know. There is evidence to suggest.
Either that or that aneurysm made him really like the smell of hairspray.
Well, that is one of the signs of a stroke, is you start having olfactory hallucinations.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, now that you say that, you're right.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's interesting. That's
So are you convinced he's not a pedophile now?
No,
Oh my gosh.
he's creepy. Let's go on just the basis of who is less creepy, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Less creepy?
Less creepy.
Donald Trump is less creepy.
I don't think he is.
I mean, he's still creepy. He's just a little less creepy. You don't think so?
Have you heard how he talked about his daughter?
Like I said, he's still creepy.
Donald
Trump sniffs his own kids. Joe Biden sniffs everybody else's.
That's not okay.
It's not
That's
okay.
Not okay.
It's not okay. But it's everybody else's kids. That's the difference. That's
so interesting, though. Now that you have, okay, we're gonna make a shirt.
I like shirts.
I gotta figure out how to do it though, because Donald Trump sniffs his own kids, Joe Biden sniffs everybody else's.
Joe Jorgensen doesn't sniff at all.
Not that I know of. Yeah, no, that's just.
You're not putting that on there?
No, I'm not putting that on there. Joe doesn't sniff at all.
I'm sure Joe Jorgensen. Well, I'm not sure. I have doubts that she does drugs. But you could put Joe Biden sniffs or Donald Trump sniffs his own kids.
It would be amazing. It would be the first libertarian nominee for president that didn't do drugs.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. You could put on there Donald Trump sniffs his own kids, Joe Biden sniffs everybody else's, Joe Jorgensen just sniffs coke. But I doubt she does. I seriously doubt that she does.
I think that would end up in a lawsuit.
That probably would. That's.
I'm pretty sure that's how slander and libel lawsuits start.
She is a public figure, which makes a difference. I'm already working on a legal defense for this. This is terrible.
The funny part is, our mics are yellow for a reason.
Did you really do that on purpose?
Yes. Yeah. It was between this and one other company.
I love you just a little bit more now.
It was between this and one other company, and they won because they're yellow.
Vote gold.
Vote gold.
Did you get that? Vote gold, vote bold.
Vote yellow. Well, I'm just saying, at this point, it's like...
You almost made a movie reference, and I don't think you realized what it was.
What?
Old Yellowstone, but we're not.
No, I have no idea what it is. I don't watch movies.
That's a classic.
I don't watch movies. You know what my choices to watch TV were when I was growing up? C-SPAN, or this brand new network that had just been created. It was called Fox News.
That's funny.
Like, that was my options growing up.
Fair and balanced.
It was, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I actually remember when Fox was decently fair and balanced.
I don't
Hannity and Combs. Like, not like right now where you get on the 5 and there's one liberal and 4 conservatives and everybody's like, oh my God, we're fair and balanced. We had a Democrat.
To be fair, Tucker isn't terrible.
Tucker's an idiot.
Occasionally.
Tucker's a flaming racist.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, I don't watch enough of him to actually know.
I quit watching him because of it. Tucker Carlson's a racist.
Occasionally he has his moments, and that's really all I've seen.
Tucker, I wholeheartedly believe Tucker's a racist and such a statist that he couldn't shove a boot any farther up his ass than he already has.
I will say he's incredibly prejudiced against the younger generation. I wouldn't even say millennials because that doesn't cover all of it. He's horribly prejudiced against young people.
Back in my day, we did it like... And the funny part is he's not that much older than us.
No.
Like, he has... Like, Tucker Carlson is just...
He's the male Karen.
Oh, he's wholeheartedly a male Karen.
Yeah.
He's wholeheartedly... I can't stand Tucker Carlson.
We're supposed to be talking about Joe Biden.
That's the other reason I can't... Why are you voting for this man? He doesn't even have his facilities, man. Shut up, Tucker. Why do you have a haircut from 1973?
Do you think that's actually real?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
That's disappointing.
This is the problem with Tucker Carlson, I think, that drives me insane. Tucker Carlson runs around screaming about, you damn hippies with a damn hippie haircut. Like, you can't do both.
That's fair. Okay, Joe Biden.
Tucker's an idiot. Like, how? And I don't know a news personality anymore that I would actually watch. I take that back. Yes, I do. And you will never guess it in a million years.
We're supposed to be talking about Joe Biden.
We are talking about Joe Biden.
We are?
Yes.
We're talking about Tucker Carlson.
We're talking about the media and how the only reason Joe Biden has a snowball's chance in hell is the media.
Is it Rachel Maddow?
Yes.
Are you serious?
100%.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
Rachel Maddow.
Oh my gosh. I will say my...
You know you've been around me too much when you can guess that one.
I was trying to be ironic.
No, I love Rachel Maddow.
And I said it and I thought, actually, that might be it. I will say, so, I've never been big into TV. Like, I don't watch a lot of TV.
No.
My first introduction to Rachel Maddow was when Newt Gingrich was running for president. She ripped him a new one. And I was like, I actually kind of like this lady.
She did. She's like,
oh my gosh.
Mr. Speaker, do you even know what we're talking about?
The segment that she did was all about, is Newt Gingrich running for president? Who knows?
Who knows? Like, I really do. I actually, like, but the problem is Rachel Maddow is generally on with Chris Matthews.
Yeah.
And he makes me want to, like, vomit.
I disagree with Rachel Maddow's politics a lot. I love her presentation, though.
Rachel Maddow, like, you don't mess with that chick, man.
She is such a jerk. I love her.
She's a jerk in the kind of way you're like, I want to buy you a beer. Tucker Carlson's a jerk in the kind of way you want to punch him in the freaking face. Like, Tucker Carlson's that nerdy kid in the back of the classroom that always got picked on and grew up, and now he's on TV, and now he thinks he can tell you what to do with your life.
Can we talk about Joe Biden?
Dude, that's what I want. I want Tucker Carlson and Rachel Maddow to moderate all the debates.
Okay, yeah.
That would be amazing. As long as JoJo's in it.
I was going to say, get all three of them on stage, and yeah.
Oh my God, it would be amazing.
I would actually pay to watch that.
I would too. Biden versus Trump versus JoJo with Tucker and Rachel trying to, like, stay 12 feet away from each other.
Oh my gosh. That
would be, dude, it's whoever's in the Presidential Debate Commission, if you're somebody get them on the horn.
I think we should just quit right now. Like, this is
the greatest idea we've ever had. Tucker Carlson and Rachel Maddow moderating a debate, even if it's just Trump and Biden. Like, could you imagine seeing that? That would be phenomenal. Trump would be like, thank you, guys. Welcome to Montreal. Or Biden would be, thank you. I'm glad to be in Montreal. And Trump would be like, see, told you Mexico would pay for that border.
Let me just stick my eyes back.
This is an entire shit show. Somebody, most likely it's going to be Trump or Biden, unless a miracle happens and the rapture happens and all the Karens stay home and everybody that's running around eating boots.
How's that shoe leather taste?
How's that shoe leather taste? Unless all those people stay home, Donald Trump or Joe Biden will be president of the United States.
I'm trying to find out now who's in charge.
It's the it's the Commission on Presidential Debates.
I'm trying to find an address or an email or a phone number.
Look, this is what we want. We're the biggest independent voting bloc in the entire country, and we want Rachel Maddow and Tucker Carlson to moderate debates. Period.
There's no way they're going to get asked, and I'm not sure that they would. Maddow would take it.
Maddow would wholeheartedly take it. To be in front of Donald Trump?
I don't know if Tucker Carlson would take it.
That's because Tucker Carlson's full of shit and can't create an argument that's not off a teleprompter. Every single thing Republicans griped about Barack Obama doing, well, he's just reading off a teleprompter. What the hell do you think Tucker Carlson's doing? Like, I don't agree with everything Sean Hannity says. I don't agree with a lot Sean Hannity says. But at least he's not totally independent. Like, Tucker sits there and does this.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell he's just blankly staring at a teleprompter.
We are still not talking about Joe Biden.
Sorry. Dude. Okay. Do you think Biden wins?
I don't think so.
So you think Trump wins the re-election?
I didn't say that.
You don't have another option.
Well, you're assuming that Joe Biden is going to be the final nominee.
Ooh.
Which I think he probably will be.
Okay,
but
do you think
there's a small possibility that he won't be? I'm reasonably certain Joe Biden isn't going to be the next president.
Do you think it's going to be another Bush-Cheney situation?
What do you mean?
Cheney used Bush. Cheney was president for 8 years.
You think Biden's running mate is actually going to be?
I do. I think Biden's running mate's actually going to be running the show. That's why I'm more interested to see who his running mate is.
Well, that's okay. I will say this. It'll make a big difference who I think is going to win, depending on who Joe Biden's running mate is. I mean, that makes a big difference. Tulsi. It's not going to be Tulsi.
I know it's not. I know it's not, but man, I want it to be so bad. Who's his running mate right now? He said it's going to be a female.
I was going to say the most threatening option is Michelle Obama.
She won't do it. She already said she wouldn't do it.
She said that. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be that way.
Michelle Obama is his running mate. He wins in a landslide.
He might win. That's
landslide.
I say that's the most threatening option. Hillary Clinton would also be.
Oh God,
terrifying.
You're gonna make me vomit.
It would be terrifying. I mean,
at that point, who's more senile?
We're assuming that Hillary Clinton can stand up by herself.
We're also assuming, like, you want to see a vice presidential debate between Pence and Hillary Clinton?
Oh my goodness.
Conversions there, like Pence will go off on some conversion therapy theory, and Hillary's gonna be like, going up. Well, at this point, what difference does it make?
Here's the thing. I think Hillary Clinton is a more threatening option, but I think it's less likely. I don't think she's going to.
Michelle won't. Michelle,
she's not going to.
She's not going to.
What other females are available? I mean, he said it was going to be a female.
Harris.
Ugh. Oh, maybe. Oh no.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
That's what I would do. That's what you would do too.
No. That's what Joe Biden would do.
It makes sense in the chess game.
Oh my gosh.
Does it not? Here's the thing. I think if Tulsi had kept her nose clean in 2016, she'd be the VP nominee right now. I say nose clean.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have her principles left.
No, she wouldn't. I think that's why I admire her so much, is she has principles.
Kamala Harris is
perfect
for Joe Biden.
Yep.
Which is terrifying.
Yep. There are two kinds of vice presidents. The kind that are picked to win states and the kind that actually run the show.
I hate this world we live in.
I'm telling you, it makes perfect sense. Kamala Harris makes perfect sense.
And the really scary part is we've predicted so many things. You and I don't. At
this point, it's creepy. We've predicted every major conflict in the last 5 years. Yeah. At least 3 months before it happened.
This is terrifying. Okay, so Joe Biden picks.
Or I can tell you another one that will work.
Okay.
Stacey Adams. Problem is Stacey Adams is a wild one.
Yeah, I'm just.
Kamala Harris makes the most sense.
I'm gonna have to get used to that idea.
What? Madam President Harris?
Man, this is actually legitimately terrifying because she's a nightmare. I mean,
oh, dude, she's a freight train.
But to some degree, she agrees with Joe Biden's policies from about 20 years ago.
Yeah, she does.
And she
does.
She gets the minority vote.
She gets the minority vote. She gets the women vote. The only thing, there's only one bad downside to Kamala Harris. She doesn't pull a swing state. And if you want to pull a swing state, that one's easy too.
I'm actually terrified.
Klobuchar. You want to pull a swing state, get Klobuchar.
I'm legitimately worried it's going to be Kamala Harris.
I think it is. I think it already is. I really do. I already think it is. I think Biden picks Kamala Harris. It makes the most sense. The only downside is she's from California, which is going to go blue no matter what.
Biden might actually win if he nominates Kamala Harris. That would raise it in my mind to 50-50.
But according to all the polls, he's like 9 points ahead of Trump right now.
Yeah, that's not going to hold up.
You really don't think so?
He has to get out and do stuff to maintain that. And if he has to get out and maintain that, if he has to get out and do stuff, he's not going to be able to maintain
True,
that.
because he'll gaff.
That's what he always does.
He gets out in front of a camera and everybody's like, what did he just say?
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Exactly. Well,
I mean,
and if you pick Kamala Harris as your running mate,
yeah,
it covers your ass on that.
Yeah. She's probably the only person that I can think of right now that could actually save this campaign and is willing to do it. That pair is going to be a nightmare for qualified immunity issues.
Oh yeah.
Policing issues.
Police total police state.
This is going to be a nightmare of a presidency.
Like nobody has guns except the police, and the police can do whatever they want. You said something. You don't think he's going to be the nominee?
He might be. He might be if Kamala Harris is his running mate
or the president. Do you think? Do you think he's in such bad health that he doesn't make it?
See, I don't know. And I think that opens up a lot of dangerous doors, if that makes sense.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Epstein.
Well, you don't actually have to murder somebody to get rid of them.
No, but the stress of running for local office is enough to give somebody tachycardia, much less running for president of the United States.
If you stress him out enough and
he mentally shuts down.
If you treat him a very specific way,
he mentally and physically will shut down.
He might actually die. Because he's old, he's not all there. He's got a lot of...
And he's had 2 aneurysms already.
He's had a lot of medical history that is troubling.
Yeah.
He might actually die.
Do you think Trump is any healthier?
I don't know.
Seriously,
I will say this: Trump's diet is absolute garbage.
Oh yeah, he's obsessed with fast food.
It's worse than mine.
Okay.
Worse than mine was a year ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Which it should be terrifying.
Yeah, because you ate way too many tater tots. Good Lord, every time I responded to a text message one day, and I'm kind of an asshole. I was actually trying to be an asshole that day. Like, good God, how much do you eat in a day?
They were on sale.
Like, I think my parents the other day were like, look, because we went to my parents' house, and, food's expensive, especially eating out. And since my house burned down,
you've been doing a lot of that.
I've been doing all of that. Like, one of our friends bought us cans of soup, and I've been, like, eating cans of soup in the middle of the night. My parents the other day were like, so, when do you eat? I'm like, 8:45 in the morning? No, not like at night. Like, I eat once a day, Dad. And I ate almost the whole pan of meatloaf by myself, and my parents were like, are you starving?
That's...
And I ate 3/4 of a gallon of green beans.
That's such a weird diet.
What?
Meatloaf and green beans. Like, the amount of meatloaf and green beans that you just mentioned is...
And cream corn.
Okay.
But hey, unlike Joe Biden, I knew where I was at. Joe Biden's eating cream corn and doesn't know what fucking state he's in. I don't... This is my problem. Outside of he's not Trump, is there a reason to vote for Joe Biden?
Other than the big D next to his name? No. I really need to censor myself before I say things. Other than that big letter there.
Other than his party affiliation?
Yeah, other than his party affiliation. No.
The big D next to his...
I cannot think of a reason to vote for Joe Biden. I mean, I really can't.
I can come up with a reason to vote for Donald Trump, even though I don't like the guy. and I'm not voting for him. I'm voting for JoJo. Get man. But outside of that, Trump was libertarian-ish for about 0.7 seconds.
Long enough to almost get me on board.
Long enough. He
on
was libertarian enough long enough to get Glenn back on board.
Do you remember Alex Jones was even endorsing him for president?
I know, because I quit at literally
right.
like.
Sorry, I forget. Not everybody watches Alex Jones for entertainment.
You know one of the things that made me question if you were mentally unstable?
When I told you I watched Alex Jones.
Yes.
It was just so entertaining.
I have only seen clips of that man.
For all of about 2 months, it was one of the most entertaining things that I'd ever seen.
You're making the fluoride in the water. It's making the frogs gay.
After a while, it became kind of sad.
I think he's mentally unstable too.
I think he might be.
Like, there's no way you can act that well. I don't know. And Cordy said it was all an act because he got sued.
Yeah,
by Sandy Hook survivors.
Did you ever watch the deposition?
No.
It's bizarre. Like it's not like the show, but it's like he cannot. You just need to watch it. Not all of it, because it's like 3 hours long, because it's a deposition.
Yeah, it's a deposition.
I'll have to pull that up for you.
That's interesting. You ready for tomorrow?
I am excited for tomorrow. Are we done?
Almost, yeah.
Oh my gosh. These aren't long enough.
I mean, we can keep going. I changed providers. We're over an hour.
We're over an hour right now?
Oh, yeah. We're at an hour and an hour 7.
Oh, my. Look at the time. Time to go.
It doesn't matter anymore. That's what dawned on me today. We can literally do 3 or 4 hour podcasts now. I should have never told him that right before the JoJo episode.
We're
be here for hours tomorrow night.
Everybody needs to reserve 4 hours tomorrow.
And he's going to do, he is legitimately.
The Joe Jorgensen. If nothing else, the memes are awesome. Like, nobody memes like libertarians. Nobody.
Yeah, because most of them are in their mom's basement.
I mean, I make memes at work. Usually when I'm off the clock.
The amount of memes you send me every day, you do not make them all off the clock.
Oh, I don't make all of those.
Oh, okay, good.
I have to harvest those.
Hey, would you legitimately make sure that the meme you send me, I didn't send you yesterday?
Sorry.
You did that 4 times today.
Did I do that 4 times today? I'm so sorry.
So, I sent you this yesterday. Is there hope for the Democratic Party?
In 2020?
Anywhere in the future. Is there hope for the party?
It's so sad to say. Kamala Harris might be their only hope.
Under the current way they think, yes. Because you know what I'm going to say.
No.
Tulsi.
I'm just waiting for Tulsi to change party affiliations.
There's no way. She'd never win in Hawaii. Hawaii. She would never win re-election in Hawaii. There's no way.
She just needs to move. Just move.
Would you move from Hawaii?
From Hawaii? Probably.
I wouldn't.
She could move to Texas. She could move to New Mexico. She would win in New Mexico. You don't think so? I'm trying to think of another state that she would win in.
Nevada.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually.
She'd win in Nevada.
She would probably die of dehydration because Nevada is so much drier than.
Oh, I know, but she would win in Nevada. That's.
If you're listening, Tulsi, please move to Nevada and switch party affiliations.
Tulsi, if you're listening, just come on my show.
That too.
Since apparently it's my show now.
We need to wrap this up.
It's not my show. Tomorrow night, for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, somebody I read it in the comments. Does this happen every night? Yes, around 9:15 Central Time.
Not every night.
Every night, but Fridays and Fridays. It's basically every night but Friday.
It happens a lot.
Oh, Tulsi. Hey, somebody go see if Tulsi will come on our show. Actually, see if Biden will come on too. That's the thing about, like, I want to say Rogan. Rogan had Bernie on. Rogan had Tulsi on. I think he had somebody else on too that was running for the Democratic nomination. But I know he had Bernie and Tulsi on.
Oh my goodness.
What?
If Biden would come on here, holy cow.
Biden won't even go on Rogan.
I would have that would be so much fun. Like that's my dream interview right there.
Really?
Yeah.
That is not my dream interview.
I mean, that's probably number 2.
I would need like six shots of vodka to be on the same comprehension level.
That's like number 2 right behind Joe Jorgensen for very different reasons. Completely different reasons.
No, I can't. Like, you can interview Biden by yourself.
Okay.
Why do you look like a rabid squirrel? And I'm like, you can interview Biden by yourself. What? I don't get it. What is your obsession with Joe Biden interviewing him?
The sound bites would be just glorious.
I understand that, but outside of that, you're going to waste 4 hours of your life talking about 10 minutes worth of shit.
I've done that with drunks before.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Qualified Immunity. Lucas.
I'm on the Twitter.
Thank you.
At the Lucas Cohen, spelled with a C, not with a K.
Lucas, tell the world why you're no longer on Facebook.
I got banned from Facebook.
He got banned from Facebook.
I wear the band of shame.
He's on Keybase, though.
I'm on Keybase.
Oh, my God. Follow him on Twitter, at the Lucas Cohen. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Greg J. Ingle, GREGJINGLE.
You can, based on how many things he has, you probably also get a hold of him by carrier pigeon.
I don't know. That's only on Tuesdays. You got to release it on Saturday. If you want my carrier pigeon route, it has to be released by Friday because I only accept carrier pigeons on Tuesday. And I only accept DHL on Wednesdays.
DHL. Oh my gosh. Which one has the technological advantage is my question.
They're about the same. With that being said, like this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, leave a comment, leave a review. It's on everything, guys. It's on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Overcast. It's everywhere.
Facebook and YouTube.
Tell your friends about it. Tell your mom about it. Tell your sister about it. Tell everybody about it. Like, subscribe. That is what changes metrics. That is what helps us get forward. That's what helps do stuff like this and get tech and move forward. That being said, I'm going to end this podcast and this episode. Wait, hold on. Do you have a sign off yet?
Can I just start saying vote gold, vote bold?
Sure. There it is. There's your sign off.
At least until November.
With that being said, I end this podcast the same way every night from my favorite quote from my favorite music festival in the entire world. It's a music festival called Tomorrowland that takes place in Boom, Belgium every year, except, Corona years. Live today, love tomorrow, and unite forever. Till Valhalla, guys.